Hello pen friends, it's JK Pens. I'm back with the final installment in our series on inexpensive Demonstrator fountain pens. We've come to the end of our journey through these 12 pens. Obviously these aren't the only pens that are Demonstrators under $20, but these are the ones that I got my hands on, and I think they represent a great variety of price points, brands, filling mechanisms, etc. I want to take a moment before I start naming winners to thank folks who left helpful and supportive comments. It's nice to be able to give information and then get some information back. I learned quite a bit, so thank you for that. So the first pens that I'm going to take out of the running, so to speak, are the Monami Olika and the Pilot Kakuno. Neither pen can be eyedroppered due to vents in the barrel. Also, neither pen comes with a converter, so if you actually want to use it with bottled ink, you either have to buy a converter separately, thus increasing the cost, or take the time to clean out and reuse an ink cartridge. So for both of these reasons, neither one of these really makes the cut for me in terms of best inexpensive Demonstrator fountain pens. The next pen that I'm going to eliminate is the Noodler's Nib Creeper. Because the barrel is made of more of a translucent than a transparent material, it doesn't show off the ink all that well. Also, this pen is a little bit fiddly. This is a pen that if you wanted to experiment with flex and you don't mind the fact that it's a very thin pen with a very small nib, it's kind of fun to play with, but I wouldn't pick this pen just to show off ink. The next pen is the TWSBI Go. The TWSBI Go again has a section, a barrel combination that is made of a translucent material. Also where these threads are placed really gets in the way of seeing the ink. So this is not a great pen for showing off your inks. The next pen that I'm disqualifying is this Piley 013. I read that it was the same as a Wingsung 3013. If so, I hope it's false because, and hopefully the Wingsung 3013 is higher quality because this pen has a number of quality issues. In the short time that I've had it, the clip has become very loose and it actually feels like it could break. But more catastrophically, I was twisting the knob here for the vacuum rod in a meeting at work, and the whole thing came apart and dumped out all the ink on me. I'll put a picture up there so you can see what it looked like. It was quite spectacular because I looked like I'd been shot in the leg. Okay, so let's try to find some winners. We looked at 3 piston fillers. By far the best of these is the Wingsung 3008. The Lanbito is totally adequate, and it does have that Lamy style nib if you prefer that. It also has the borrowed aesthetics from a TWSBI Eco. This Kobe knockoff of a Wingsung 3009 doesn't really have much going for it, so we can take those 2 off. The Wingsung 3008, actually this is the 3008A because it has the Pilot style nib, is actually a pretty solid performer. It's not the highest quality pen in the world. You can clearly see the seam down the barrel from where the injection molding took place. But unlike what I thought, it does actually have a locking piston knob. So thank you to the commenter who pointed out that there are these detents in the this band back here, and there's some little nubs inside the cap, and you can push it in, and the piston knob does lock in place. That was one of my main gripes about the pen. The clip is quite sturdy. It doesn't have that cheap-looking Home Depot hardware screw in it. Has a slightly upgraded Home Depot hardware screw. And the nib offers a totally adequate writing experience, and like all of the piston fillers, it shows off ink really well. So I'm declaring this the best piston-filled Demonstrator under $20. Now sometimes we want to show off inks, but we only want to use them once in a while. And as I've mentioned, these Platinum Preppies will store inks for an amazingly long time without substantial drying out. At the same time, it's not a pen that I recommend carrying in your pocket when eyedroppered. So I'm calling the Platinum Preppy the best Demonstrator fountain pen under $20 for long-term storage of inks. Speaking of pens you could put in your pocket, this Moonman Wankai Mini fountain pen is a great little pocket pen. It holds a reasonable amount of ink, shows it off very nicely. Of course, it's only half the length of the barrel when posted, but it still shows off as much as a piston pen. The nib, number 5 nib, is adequate. It's not the most amazing nib I've ever written with, but you could probably find other number 5 nibs and swap it out should you be motivated to do so. And although the section has clear injection molding lines, the barrel and cap do not. They do appear to have been turned. So it's a pretty nice pen for $20. My guess is it would hold the ink for a very long period of time. I've never used one like that. Now, if you just want a pen to put some ink in, right? You just want a pen. You're not too worried about it, and you want decent aesthetics. This Jinhao 992 is really hard to go wrong with. I do worry a little bit about the long-term sustainability of it as an eyedroppered pen, but for the price, the writing experience is totally adequate. The construction quality is pretty good. The nib is pretty good. It's hard to go wrong with this. So if you just need a pen, this is it. So I would call this like the best cheap demonstrator fountain pen. Okay, so that leaves one pen. So our last pen is the Pen BBS 266, also known as the 308. This pen, in my mind, is head and shoulders the best pen in this group. It's made from lovely turned acrylic. It's really well polished. The fit and finish is great. The nib is totally adequate, and because it's a standard number 6 size, there's lots of options that you could put on this pen. And look how well it shows off that ink. It's just really great. So it is at the high end of our range, coming in right around $20. But if you want a pen that you'd be proud to carry, that shows off your ink, I don't think there's a better choice than this one. So it is our overall winner. All right, well, that's it for this series. Thank you so much for watching and for the helpful comments, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.